Sherry Schneider.
And we wrote The Rules, the very, very widely publicized book that everyone's talking about.
20 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list.
Actually,
As of March 12th.
Actually, I think it's going...
It's higher than that? Okay,
yeah.
It's higher than that.
Yeah. And this is, we created this video for all the people that had been writing to us, the hundreds and hundreds of letters we've been getting that say, I can't get to a seminar.
I'm in Ohio. I can't get to a New York seminar.
Right, I'm in Dallas. When are you going to be coming to Dallas? So we decided to bring the seminar to you.
Yes.
So we're taping our New York City seminar. Today's March 12th. It's 1997.
It's sponsored by the Learning Annex. And we have over 100 women here who are going to be asking questions. And hopefully one of those questions will be yours and you'll get answers. And actually, we have a rules girl getting married tonight.
Yep.
So the rules do work. Married,
work.
engaged, dating better, dating with self-esteem.
We hope that this video will be helpful to you. Because sometimes, you know, you read the book and then you miss the seminar part of it because you don't get to, really hear the questions answered by us. I mean, support groups are all well and good, but there's just something about hearing Sherry and I say it, the authors,
right.
That we're very matter-of-fact about it. We're very sure of ourselves. So.
Also, the rules are really hard to do. I mean, not calling a man that's really cute is really hard. So if you have the book, you might need a seminar, you might need a phone consultation, which we provide. You'll probably want our free newsletter. You'll need all the help you can get. Videos, tapes, just immerse yourself in the rules. It makes it so much easier not to call a man when you have all that support.
So when there's a lot going on and you don't feel that the date went quite as well as you should, even though he may just very well be stepping back, you felt that there wasn't quite as much of a connection as you wanted on the date, the urge to call will be very strong. The urge to call to see how he was feeling, what's going on, where does it stand, you won't be able to. You'll watch this video, you'll read the book, you'll call a support group person, and you'll wait for him to call you, and then it'll be a really good conversation because it's always better when he calls you.
Or you can call us at 212-973-0751. We'll get right back to you.
Okay, so now, here's the seminar.
The Washington Post, and the Los Angeles Times. There are rules support groups. It's a part of everyone's vocabulary. You hear people saying you're doing the rules. It's unbelievable. And it's also been optioned to become a film. And they've appeared on many national talk shows, including Oprah, Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show, Good Morning America, and Sally Jesse Raphael. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ellen Fine and Sherry Schneider.
Hi, I'm Ellen Fine. I'm Sherry Schneider. And first of all, no one can actually prove you're doing the rules. So, can't read your mind. Basically, we usually start out, we just tell a little bit about the book, and then we go into a question and answer, and then at the end, what we're going to do is have a book signing. Because the hardcover came back on the market because people wanted to give it as a gift item, and people don't really like to give, soft covers as gift items. Okay, I guess, first of all, I'd like to say that we wrote the book because, it's funny, we were just interviewed by German television, and, she said, but, with the advent of feminism, it's been, in some ways wonderful because women are equal. And we said, yes, women are the same, but they're not. No, women are equal, but they're not the same. In that, Sherry and I are authors. Warner Books published our book. They didn't say, well, you're not men, so we can't publish your book. And we're writing a second book. They didn't say, well, you're not men, we're not giving you a second book contract, that's for sure. And they didn't, and when the movie people came, we have a movie deal, they didn't say, well, you're not men, so we can't give you a movie contract. And, but when it comes to dating, romance, and that, I still can't ask a man out. Well, I'm married, I don't want to, but my husband would really not like that. But, and I'm married over 12 years, and Sherry's married two, and she just had a baby. Girl, a rules girl. She didn't talk to any doctors in the hospital, nothing. So we watched her. We watched her, but she tried to make eye contact, but we stopped that.
Maybe we should stand.
Oh, people can't see me. Okay. All right, I'll stand. I'm like 7'12", so easy. But basically, women are, definitely equal, but they're not the same. So a woman can get the same job as a man. It's great because, 40, 50 years ago, maybe we couldn't have written books. Maybe we couldn't lead seminars. I don't know, maybe they'd say, well, women, you're just women. You can't lead a seminar. Do you have a man to talk for you? But we're lucky. We get to lead seminars. We get to write books and all that kind of stuff. But we can't, a woman today still can't ask a man out. Well, she can. She could definitely ask a man out. She can ask him out any day she wants. She can ask him out for Saturday night. She can get roses sent to the restaurant, she can get the right wine, but he will lose interest so fast, eventually. He may say that he just loves it when a woman asks him out, and he just loves the flowers. He can't smell them enough, and that the wine is so delicious, and he's so glad that you went to all the trouble. And then he'll have a lot of issues at work and things, and then there'll be that ex-girlfriend slash ex-wife slash I don't know what that will come into his life, and then he'll be off like a blonde. You'll never hear from him again. And you won't know why. You'll say he was afraid of commitment, that he had something with his mother, but it will really be because you asked him out and he may not have been that interested to begin with, or by coming back so quickly and asking him, let's say he did make the first move, but you made the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, you scared him away, and now he wants nothing to do with you. He thinks that you just want to get married. So, or that you just want him. You want to envelop him. And all of a sudden, he feels like he can't breathe. And that's how men get. And then they don't want to have anything to do with you. And that's that. So that's why we do the rules. It's not a judgment. We're not judgmental. It's not a moral issue, although it is very moral to do the rules, because you do end up, coincidentally, not sleeping with men right away. You're waiting for everything. You're waiting for them to call you. It looks like it's also out of politeness. I mean, to the older folks, they think that we're doing this in some ways, the rules, because it's polite or old-fashioned, but it's not. If it worked to call men, we would be so quickly to tell you to call men. And if it worked to ask them out, ask them out. And if it worked to sleep with them before you even had a date, we would say do it. It just doesn't work. So it's not about being old-fashioned, although that's very nice. It's about what works, and it doesn't work. I don't know why. Men just, when they have a challenge, they enjoy it. And when they have no challenge, it's like boring to them. It's like eating the same breakfast every day. It's just not anything to them. So that's why we decided to write the rules, because we had been personally talking about them in Chinese restaurants with single friends who are mostly all married now, and just going over it week by week. And eventually people started calling me at home and asking me, because I'm the one that's been married the longest, and I know that I've got the rules the first one, you know, wait, do I end the date first, or wait, he ends the date first, or what? And then they started getting mixed up, and then people were quickly writing them down before dates, and we just decided to set it down in book form, literally, rule by rule. And that's how it began. And that's pretty much it. Sherry, do you have anything to say?
Okay. I was always the pregnant one, so I got to sit. Now I have to stand.
pregnant. So long
I haven't seen you all since I gave birth. Basically, yeah, what Ellen said is really true. You know, if anything else worked, we would have done it, but it didn't, so we don't. And I'll also use German TV, they asked us, why is this so? And I said, you know, why is the sky blue? Why are men and women different? There are certain things that we just don't have the time, because you're getting manicures, you're getting your hair done, you don't have the time to figure out why men and women are different. You just have to take that as a given and then go from there. And I just have to say, this last year for us, doing consultations, doing seminars, we've gotten to meet so many of you and hear your questions. And the idea that this is an easy thing to do, it really dawned on me, this is really hard to do. And that's why we have phone consultations and seminars and tapes and rules too. I mean, who would have thought you needed rules too? But you do. Long distance relationships. You know, dating a man who is separated. You know, because you're not dating a married man, right? All these things come up, and even the smartest women. I mean, most of our clients that call us are MBAs, some are doctors, some are therapists. We thought therapists would be against the rules. Funny enough, they call us for their own personal romantic relationships. They're not even calling us to talk about why we said don't tell them about the rules. They're calling us because they have a date Saturday night. So it's been really something, because...
And also I think that, you know, we thought that therapists would think that to take a very meaningful therapy session where one goes about talking about what's going on in one's life, very open and honest, and when they found out that women were going on dates and doing this, they were as horrified as we were. That's not what they meant when they said therapy. They meant to go over everything between the therapist and, you know, and the client. When you go on a date, it's like, how are you? Okay. It still works. It still works like that. It's not... You could just be literally leaving therapy and walk into a date, you know, and just be two different people. Because in therapy, you're honest and open, and on your first, second, and third date especially, you don't even say, I just came from therapy, which is what women were doing. They were saying, and therapists didn't know this, they were saying, I just came from therapy, and this guy's like worked like 12 hours. He just, you know, he asked you out because you were pretty, but he says to himself, this one's really like a woo. And, you know, and you tell all about what happened when you were 3, 4, and 5, and he's like so out the the door. He's gone. Instead, you sit down, you're light and breezy, and yes, you've had a hard childhood, and yes, 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 all your different things. We all have problems. Everybody's been through something. That's the way it is. It's not necessary to go over this when you're dating, especially in the beginning. I'm married 12 years. My husband knows everything. He knows everything that I've ever been through. He probably wishes he didn't know half of it. You know what I mean? He knows everything. We don't play the rules now. I'm not going to come home from the seminar tonight and say to my husband, gosh, I was just out. I don't come home from television and just say, you know, this, when he says, where were you? I don't say this and that. But you, as dating in the beginning, you're going to do that. You're going to say, well, what are you up to? This and that and this. And, you know, we've had women actually call us and say, all right, he tried to pin me down. He asked me, he called me every day this week, what am I doing on Thursday night? You know, and our biggest, and I'm like, so tell him. I mean, the worst problem anyone in this room should ever have is that their Mr. Right has gotten so infuriated by the rules or by acting this way that he is pinning them down to know what they're doing. Because before the rules came out, men were saying to women, could you do me a favor? I just need a break this week. Let's not get together. Let's not, you know, speak. We'll just speak like, oh, well, you know, this is February. Let's speak in April. I've got a lot going on. You've got a lot going on. Let's just, you know, let's see what's going on in the summer. So men, if a man is trying to pin you down, don't be upset. It's not the end of the world. It should be the worst thing that ever happens to anyone, ever.
Want to take questions?
Yeah. Okay, how many people in the room have read the rules? Okay, so it's a pretty filled rules room. Okay, I'll take a question.
Hear some success stories first.
Sure.
Yes, in fact, a woman tonight, the first consultation we ever had is getting
Yeah.
married today. And that's great because she got in touch with me about a situation and she broke rules and
She was
it
so
didn't work out with that
hysterical.
guy.
It was actually, you met her in person.
I met her in person.
We wanted to do phone consultations, but for some reason, Sherry was going to be in the city all day, and she couldn't do a phone consultation. The girl was like, well, then I have to do it. Then I'll meet you in the city, wherever. You just tell me where you're going to be. I'll meet you around there. So they met in a hotel lobby and had the consultation. There was no waiting for tomorrow. She was about to break a rule.
So that man it didn't work out with, but she met someone else, and she pretty much did the rules except for the time that she wanted to send him poetry for his birthday or something, and Ellen ran to a phone and told her not to and stopped her in time. And today she's getting married. So never send the man poetry. What other success stories? Well, friends of ours have gotten married. Women that broke rules with men, either they came on...
I consider myself a success story.
Right.
Because I'm very old-fashioned, so that was easy for me to do those kinds of rules. But then the part about being a creature unlike any other, I have an older brother, I was like one of the boys, I thought if they wore baseball caps, I should wear a baseball cap. I'm very, very nice, and I just can't imagine being on a first date with someone and not knowing that they're okay, that I'm okay, that we're all okay. And I would almost not want to, I never wanted to be a challenge because I thought that they might not, maybe if the guy didn't know that I liked him. I thought that on dates you're supposed to build up people's self-esteem, that this is all about helping one another. I was like 20. And I would just think on dates one should be very, 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 very nice and supportive and loving and good, but to the nth degree. And so they'd know that you liked them, so they wouldn't go home and feel dropped badly. I just couldn't seem to understand why anyone should just say, okay, well, take care. And then the guy could be upset, but I didn't know that men thrive on that. As a woman, if someone said to me, well, take care, and ended a conversation, I might, you know, think, oh my God, he doesn't like me, and feel very, very badly. But as a man, they're like, oh, huh. All right, I'm just going to call her then, because that's how it works. That's how it worked with my husband. That's how it worked with, you know, and it wasn't, I didn't marry the first man that the rules worked on, in that I found out about the rules, and then I dated for 3 years. A lot of dates, and a lot of men that called back and brought flowers on the right occasions, but I didn't feel anything for them. I didn't, you know, fall in love or anything. And then I met my husband, and I did. So it's not necessarily about a guy does the rules, and we're writing a little bit about that in rules too, actually a lot about that. We're having a buyer beware chapter, because it's not about, okay, he called on, you know, Tuesday for Saturday, you're not that crazy about him, and, you know, but you figure, well, he did the rules, I should marry him. That's not a reason to marry someone. You marry someone because you love them and because it feels right. But you do the rules anyway because you don't get into disastrous relationships. And sometimes, actually, in the 3 years while I was waiting to meet Mr. Right, it seemed that my life was actually more boring than my friends, because I wasn't calling men, so I wasn't starting things up. I wasn't sleeping around because I wasn't doing anything really, and I was just having a couple of first, second, third dates, nothing really with nothing. I didn't seem to like anyone, and there were a couple guys in those years, like I liked one person like every 2 years, so it was like one or, no, and they didn't ask me out. I met them, they didn't ask for my number, and that was that. And I was very tempted to call or think of a reason or like everybody else here, but I just thought, no, he didn't ask for my number, it's over, next. And I didn't call. And then a year, 5 years, after 3 years, I met my husband, and it was mutual, although he didn't know that right away. It was extremely mutual. The night I met him, I said, this is the man I'm going to marry. But he didn't know that, and I didn't tell him. And the old me might have told him, because I'm very open, and I just think that if you think positive things about people, you should share them with people. And that's great for girlfriends and cousins, and I have children. I'm very, very positive with my children. But with men that you meet in a bar, it is not necessary to tell them that you think that you can marry them one day. So I withheld that information, and today we're happily married.
And for all the talk that men don't like this, that you ask the guy you're dating, do you want me to call you? And he said yes, and then you call him and then he never sees you again. When my husband hears hears us talk to girls sometimes, and he'll hear that this girl's having a date on a Thursday, he'll look at me and go, Thursday? He doesn't like her. Men know.
And we had to reel him in.
Men know that Thursday is not a date night for a girl you like. That's a night for you have nothing better to do. So the truth is, if you get a man in a corner and you give him a few drinks, he will tell you the truth, which is that the rules is the way it is. That when you like a girl, you ask her on Tuesday for Saturday. When you like a girl, you don't forget her birthday, The interesting thing about some of these consultations is that we have women dating men for 10 years, and the men have never, acknowledged their birthday. I mean, we're just amazed. I mean, some people get hung up on the little things like romantic gifts for Valentine's Day. That's not what we meant, that you should be a stickler for these details. It's that it's a sign of where he's at with you. That if he can't even remember your birthday, I mean, that says something.
It's not about money, it's not about presents, it's not about looking down and saying how much does the jewelry cost. It's about, we find that it's so funny, but it's like men know this stuff. I did a consultation with a woman who said he skipped Valentine's week. They just skip Valentine's week when they're not in love. They just do it. They get around that day.
They leave the country. They're in Germany.
Yeah.
So we'll take questions now.
What about long-term relationships?
Long-term or long
Long
distance?
distance.
Long-term.
Why would a relationship be long-term? The woman allowed it to be? Because in the rules, there are no long-term relationships.
But if you just started getting into the rules.
If you just started getting into the rules and learning, I'm just repeating the question so that
And you've already been in it for 4 years. And it's
So you've been in a relationship for 4 years and you just found out about the rules. How do you start today?
well, yeah.
Are you living together? So you're not living together. What?
I don't think we're gonna get married.
You don't think you're going to get married. He's a lot younger. So you're just wasting your time? No?
Do you want to marry him?
Not particularly. I'm not looking.
So we have two ambivalent people here. You don't want to marry him, he doesn't want to marry you. And you know what? This is fine because you're both happy. Your needs are being met. So then there's nothing wrong with the situation.
Okay.
Are your needs being met?
So then you're fine.
I started to do the rules.
It's not about hooking.
I stopped. After 4 years, you can call somebody, but then I just stopped. And they're free.
Did you feel neglected? Is that why you want to do the rules? What made you want to do the rules if everything was okay?
I think they make you feel really good.
Right.
I'm generally not an insecure one, but they make you feel really good, whether you need them or not. They make you.
They make you feel good.
Great.
It's a wonderful, really a wonderful book.
Thank you. Yes,
Along with a long-term relationship,
long-term
let's
relationship.
just say it's been a year. And
A
I think
year.
it's pretty long, okay. How about we go to Florida? You've always wanted to go, I've always wanted to go. I know you said enough.
Who brought up going to Florida?
And-
Well, tell me, which
Okay,
one?
It's in the past, but it was somebody who brought up going to Florida. We didn't go.
You didn't go.
No, we didn't. But it was something we both were going to do, and just, why not, if you're going out, you both have stressful jobs, you both need a little vacation. I was gonna go anyway, he was
Right.
gonna go. I'm just making this up.
You actually, if you're both have stressful jobs and you're dating a guy and you're going to Florida and he's going to Florida, you go to Florida and you let him visit you one day while he's in Florida. Go to.
Go together. I'm thinking
I know what you're saying, but why would you go to Florida with him? If you both have stressful, has he asked you to marry him, be exclusive?
Pretty much, yeah.
He has?
Pretty much.
I think, yeah, he has.
He has asked you to marry him. So, but you're not wearing your engagement ring tonight? What?
I don't have one yet.
You don't have one yet. So either you're engaged or you're not. You're not engaged.
Not engaged, but serious.
You're serious. Because sometimes when men go away with you, they feel too married and they come back and then they want to break. Have you actually gone to Florida yet?
No. So it's just hypothetical.
Oh, it's a hypothetical question. I would say if a man wants to go away for a weekend, go away for a weekend. If he wants to go away longer than that, what is the drive to marry you then. It's something about, he'll go away for a week with you, because a lot of times they have frequent flyer mileage. He has a week off from work. He wants someone to sleep with the week he's off from work, because while you're off from work, you want to sleep with someone, and you're around. And if you want to be the person that was around the week that he had a week off from work and wanted someone to sleep with, then that's a great reason to go away with him for a week. If you want to be the one he marries, you're better off saying, no, you go, because it will spur things up. You know, if you're over 30 years old, you can get engaged in 7 to 9 months, so that week away could be your wedding week. It could be the week you got engaged. It could be your honeymoon. So honeymoon's a great reason to go away with a guy for a week.
So it's just mix it. Yeah, mix it.
Yeah, weekend's okay. If you're exclusive, you're just seeing each other, but you have to really know in your heart, is this guy just using you, or does he want to go to Florida because he wants to be with you, and just you, and only you would only be the one for him in Florida. But the best thing to do is, if you're planning on going to Florida, and he's planning on going to Florida, just act like you don't know what's up and what's down, and just say, you know, well, oh sure, I guess if we're both going to be in Florida, you know, we could like get together for dinner and a night. Act like you don't even know, you wouldn't go away with him. He can visit you in Florida. He can take you out to, like you would if you were home. You don't stay with him. If it's especially in the initial stages of dating, you don't go away with anybody anywhere. Yes.
Can you stand up when you ask the question? People can't hear. Thanks.
Oh, I have a question. What do you think about the men who wrote the code?
I think it's,
And that whole thing.
we think it's hysterical.
What do we think about the men that wrote the code?
We're trying to follow what you said, and here
The code isn't the antithesis to the rules. The code is just, you know, a nice book, and we don't really think about anything about it because it's not serious. It was a parody, and ours is really about getting a life and about giving women boundaries, and women are depressed because relationships don't work out. The code was just a cute, fun book that two guys sat down and wrote, I think.
The only reason I'm asking is because I'm feeling.
Are you a code plant? No, go ahead.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm going to work. I'm trying to do the rules. I'm like, God, if guys read the code,
They don't read the code.
it's just gonna like nick everything I'm trying to do with you guys.
You know what? When a man likes you, he doesn't. First of all, men don't need to read the code. They know perfectly well how to mistreat women. They don't need to read a book on that. They're really good at it on their own. And if they did read the code, but when they really like you, they think code behavior is like over here. And I'm sure, you know, my husband, I'm sure at some point in his life did a code thing. And I'm sure everyone's brother/husband/boyfriend did a code thing once in their life. When they really like you, they're like the opposite. They're reliable. They're on time. They call you when they say. They show up for dinner.
So I shouldn't worry about they read the rules.
You shouldn't worry at all. If they read the rules, you know, we already go.
If they read the codes, I mean.
You shouldn't worry if they read the code. You could buy them the code. They know the code. They know how to mistreat women. I'm telling you, they don't need to read a book. You know, and we do get a lot of questions. What if the guy knows that you read the rules? What if he asks you, did you read the rules? Yes. So don't lie. You can say, first of all, what rules? Because that's not a lie. That's just, you look dazed again. Dumb. You look dumb, but you don't look like you read the rules. You can say what rules, and then you can just say, yeah, I read it, like, you know, like as if you read Gone with the Wind. I mean, you read it once. It was a great book. You didn't incorporate it into your life. And you know what? Even if you admit that you read the rules, a man's not going to really think that you're following it rule by rule. He'll just always say, oh, yeah, I heard about that book. Yeah, I think I read it. Yeah, it was good. Good book. Anyway, so how was your day? And change the topic. And if he really says to you ever, you know, you didn't call me. So, yeah, you're doing the rules on me. Just smile and say,
I'm not a big caller.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you know, you can reiterate, I read the book, but, you know, I don't know. I mean, I meant to call you back. And look at him like in horror, like, you know, the worst thing, I mean, and honestly, when they really like you and they find out that you're not a big caller, you're not going to sleep with them right away, and that you're really a nice moral girl, you know what? When they really like you, they don't even care if you read the rules. They just hope that you're going to be free for Saturday. That's all. They just want you free for Saturday. They're not interested. My husband knew I was playing some sort of game, in that he knew that, you know, I think everyone that you're dating eventually knows that you're not calling them back, or when they like you, they're just so happy to see you. They just want to get the date with you. They're not interested in what you're doing, or, you know, and you just become more unavailable to them and more interesting. So never worry if a guy thinks that you read the rules.
You know, before the code was written, we had older brothers. They were the code guys in a way, because I was writing the book with Ellen when I was dating my husband. And my brother knew that. Everybody knew about the rules except for my husband-to-be. He thought I was writing a book, I don't know,
We wouldn't
about
let him-
the espionage or something.
We wouldn't let him tell him.
My older brother, who made fun of me my whole life, would call me up from California and say, when Roger finds out that you wrote that book and that you're doing that stuff on him, he's not going to marry you. And he was wrong. It's like asking a guy, you know, if you find Cindy Crawford incredibly irresistible and you find out that she didn't call you because she was reading that book, would you stop dating her? I mean, you'd have to be a moron to stop dating somebody you find unbelievable because she didn't call you a couple of times because she read the book called The Rules.
It's interesting
So
because,
it doesn't work.
you know, it's like my husband you know, in the beginning, I guess he tried to ask me out for like a Thursday or a Friday night or a Saturday night and then the next night. But it's so funny because it's, you know, I know that he was, you know, like a little bit of a fun guy when he was young. And it's funny because when he hears me on the phone with women saying, I can't believe I did that to her. And I feel like saying,
You did that.
they don't even see it themselves. They really don't. So never ask a man, do you like the rules? What do you think if a woman didn't call you back? They all say, oh, I wouldn't, you know, have anything to, you know, I wouldn't call her. And the thing is it's so funny because, you know, I've had men say, two calls and I'm done, that's it. And then I've actually asked the man, yeah, but what happens if she really didn't call you back? And alone personally, they'll say, well, I guess I would try one more time, you know, just maybe a week or two later. Maybe, and then I think what they mean is that they would also try to get you in. You never have to worry. When they like you, they get you. They eventually get you.
Touche.
Two things. I meet a lot of guys, and I meet a lot of them over the internet.
You meet a lot of guys over the internet, which we're not fond of.
Right. But, you know, they say, well, let's exchange pictures first, and we talk for a while. I try not to give out too much information, but you have to give out some.
Who approaches who on the internet?
They always approach me.
That's good.
You get a lot of...
Because we're doing actually a chapter in Rules 2 about dating services and stuff, and we find it's better when they approach your ad, they approach your voice, they approach you, something about you that they like. So that's good that they're approaching you on the internet as opposed to you approaching men on the internet.
It's just really hard to tell if they're telling the truth about certain things.
Yeah, that's why we don't like the
I
internet.
wanna meet you, and I find that...
We don't know if they're telling the truth.
Tomorrow, let's meet the next day, and I'm like, hold on, you know, let's talk for a while. And I try and keep them at a distance for a little bit to see how anxious they are.
The people that are doing the rules that call us, that are doing these kinds of dating, I don't know, you know, some people get lucky with it, but I don't know. But you do the rules on them. You wouldn't see them the next day. You get off the internet first. Same old, same old.
What does your ad say? You have an ad on the internet, a personal ad?
No.
Oh, you're just chatting when
Right,
they're
it's
chatting?
name
Oh,
is
I see.
interesting, and so
See, that's good. They saw your name at least.
Right.
Exactly. The other thing is if I'm out and I meet somebody, and at the end of the night, if they want my number,
So you're out
I
and
like to give my number out.
you don't like to give your number out and you're out.
To everybody who asks, then I have a problem.
Well,
And I'm very specific.
So you don't want to give your number out.
Well, I usually take theirs, but then you say don't call, so I just...
Okay,
you know,
I have a problem with this one. I'll tell you why. A lot of guys go out and they have like a joke, like how many numbers can I get tonight? And so a guy's going to take 10 numbers, and then you'll say, well, I don't give my number out. I'll go, okay, you know, I'll take yours. And then you call him, but he had no intention of calling you. Now you've started a non-rules relationship, and you think that you're in a rules relationship, but he wasn't really ever going to call you. I think there's got to be an initial, either give him a beeper number or your work number or something where he makes the first call, because a lot of men don't know how to say, well, it was really nice talking with you. They don't know how. Their mothers, they just can't do it. I mean, they just feel like they're hurting you. So they say, well, give me your number, I'll call you. And they have no intention. They're never going to call you ever. They say that, and then you say, well, actually, give me yours, and I'll call you. And you call him the next day thinking he was going to call me anyway. I'm not breaking the rules, but you are. We don't know if he was really going to call you, and he may always be very last minute about you. He may never be as physically attracted to you as someone who was definitely going to call you. And the only way to really know if a man was ever going to call you is to wait and see if he calls you. So I have no advice for you on this one. I would never call once. I would have him call me once. Can you give out your address, let them write you letters? And is there some way, think about it, women, is there some way they can get in touch with you first? Can't you?
A voicemail.
So for,
You have to get a voicemail.
So there's voicemail, $9 a month, and there's also, so you're saying a lot of these times you don't want to give out your number because you feel like they're a little weird anyway?
Right.
Your heart says, Because when I met my husband, I didn't mind at all. Actually, I had him look it up, but I didn't mind at all. I told him my name, he could look it up. But I'm just saying, I thought, Prince Charming has walked me to my bus, and I'll definitely give him my number, or my name, whatever. So I had a very good feeling about him. So I guess if you don't have a good feeling, it's a hard thing. If you don't have a good feeling, then you don't want to go out with him anyway. So you answered your own question, sort of. I guess if he's good enough that you'd want to give him your number, then that's where the rules start. If you didn't like him to begin with, then you don't want to give him your number, because you think he could be like a murderer, then it might be, not good. Okay, yes, you.
What about men who are on call for work?
Huh. Oh, we hear this all the time. They're on call for work, so what? Yeah.
So, well, I kind of know the answer.
Well, what do they do for a living that they're so on call?
Like a record producer.
A record producer. No, I want to hear this one. I love men. So if there's a record producer and they're on call,
I've dumped this record producer because he kept saying, oh, I've got work all of a sudden. I can't see you. Oh, I've got this.
this is my feeling for people that are on call. There really are people who really are on call. And you know what? When they have an honest desire, they make a plan with you, and then they have to cancel it, but they feel really bad. You get flowers. They call the next day to see how you're doing. You know in your heart. I mean, I could tell guys I was dating that had prior commitments, that had high-level jobs. You can get a feel for when a guy just doesn't really want to know if he wants to pin himself down with you, or he really is on call and couldn't make it. They call you from on call. They want to know that you're not out with someone else. When a man likes you, you know. You don't have to think. So it's good that you dumped the record producer. This is a new one, though, a record producer on call. Gotta save those lives and get those records out there. You.
Right, where do you suggest
Stand up.
where do you suggest you go to meet these men? I mean, like you wrote about the rules and how to follow them, but you have to meet
Well, we
them.
say leave the house. This probably isn't the best place, a rules seminar. Anything with men and women is good. A book signing, life, but single life. I mean, don't go to a place that's known for having married couples with children.
Why can't they fix you up like the married friends you have to fix them?
You can add, but not when you go out to a place where you don't go to PTA meetings unless you're in the PTA. But you don't need to go to PTA meetings as a single woman looking for, with married people. But basically show up. Go to things like a book signing of a book a man would like, as opposed to the rules.
Club Med?
Yeah, lots of things, tons of things. Put an ad in. It's better that they see your ad and like your ad. Answer a dating service, but let a man, if you're going to do a dating service, let a man pick you. Don't pick a man. Because he has to like you, even your voice, even the way you leave your voicemail, your photo, your video, your whatever. He has to pick you. Yes, you.
I just started dating someone, and after the
You just started dating someone.
yeah, I was in a very serious relationship and got out of it, and called a personal dad, met someone, but it was just to get over like the barrier, not necessarily.
So you called a personal, you called a personal ad or wrote to one?
I called his ad.
You called his ad, okay.
Well, fortunately, everything worked. We had 3 dates, and then my birthday came up, and he called me for my birthday. But now I'm facing his birthday, and it's his 30th birthday, so now I don't know what I should do.
You have to be kidding. You don't know what to do.
Well, no.
He called you on your birthday but didn't get you a card or a present.
Right.
So, and just how many weeks has elapsed since your birthday?
Well, by the time his comes, probably in a month.
A month. So what would you want to do? Buy him a house?
Should I send him a card?
Did he send you a card?
No.
Okay.
Should I intend to do things with him if he asks me to go with
Did-
some of his friends to do something?
Friends? He wants to go with you and him and his friends?
Yeah.
You
I don't
either...
have plans. Should I be busy that night?
No, you're not busy on his birthday. You don't get him. You're not hurting him. But if he didn't buy you something or a card, if he didn't send you a card on your birthday, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not the greatest thing either. But if you didn't, then why would you get him a card? I'm just thinking, women out there are so. This is a typical woman question. He didn't get me a card or see me on my birthday, so now his birthday's coming up. What should I do? Like nothing. Call him.
Originally, he did want to take me out for my birthday.
And then what happened?
Because I had only had 2 or 3 dates with him at the time, I declined and said, oh,
Oh.
well, thank you very much, but I already had prior.
Oh, good, good.
It didn't include him.
Okay.
So he made a point of calling me that morning, but.
That's
he
very
didn't know
nice.
my address, he didn't know.
No, that we're not saying that it's bad, but what should you do?
Now that it's a prolonged period of time and we know each other a little bit more, should I
Nah.
send him the card or should I just anticipate and keep it very light?
I wouldn't do anything. I would keep it very light. If he asked you to get together on his birthday, definitely do so. And on the birthday, say, hey, it's your birthday tonight. Happy birthday. Acknowledge his birthday, definitely.
Can you elaborate that, like, beyond, like, later
Can
on
I
in the
elaborate?
relationship? Yeah, like, if it's going well, what would be appropriate gifts? Like, say, for Christmas.
Inexpensive ones,
Okay.
but very nice ones, but nothing monogrammed. We're writing a lot. We're actually writing about this in Rules too.
Okay.
Just basically, less is more.
Okay.
You know why? It's like safe. It's like being safe. If you do too much, I just did a consultation with a woman on Valentine's Day. She had a guy actually break up with her because she got a lot of free stuff at work, put it in a basket. She said it was just a basket laying around, nothing big, Ellen. She swore to me. And she put it all in the basket and gave it to him for Valentine's Day. He like shook the next day and called her and goes, look, I just think you put together too much, and I think you're reading this relationship wrong, and she was like, no, she started itemizing what she'd gotten and saying, no, I got this at work, and this was for my mother, it was from free, and I had the basket lying around. The guy flipped out. He didn't want to see her anymore because he thought that she was falling in love, and he wasn't, and all because she gave him too much. So you know what? Better be safe than be sorry. Don't give so much. When you're married, you can go out and spend thousands of dollars on the guy. Go ahead. Phyllis.
Hi. First off, I want to thank you very much for your book. Your book has helped my life tremendously. I got out of a devastating relationship. It was like something out of Psycho. I got the book and it really elevated my spirits. It was great.
She says the book elevated her spirits, and her last relationship was a psycho one.
Out of the movie Psycho.
Like the movie Psycho.
Question I want to ask you, it's really not about me because right now I'm eliminating men quicker than I don't know, quicker than New York City water that goes down the drain. I have a girlfriend who's dating a guy. I don't really think it's going well. On her birthday, he took her out, and then he said to her after that, too bad you're not a blonde and you don't wear pleated skirts. She was wearing a long black dress. So I said to her, Mindy, I said, that guy's an asshole. So she said to me, if I was like you, Phyllis, I wouldn't last with a guy for an hour. I said, maybe these guys, are not meant to be with, So anyway, so she told him, listen, why don't you just get a blonde with a pleated skirt? She said, I let these things roll off. So then she calls me back the next day. She's in his house, and she usually listens to his messages on the answering machine together, and he muffled them. And I said, you don't have to be a rocket scientist.
Why was she in his house?
She's in a relationship for 2 years, and they were hanging out in his apartment, and, he listened to his messages.
This is like such a non-rules thing. You don't hang out in men's apartments while they listen to their messages.
She's a non-rules girl.
You're like not hanging out with them. You're on a date.
Right, but she called me to ask me, and I said to her, I really think it's not going well.
It's not going well.
I said, I don't want
Muffled messages, blondes.
I said, you, again, you don't
When they start wishing you have other hair color, it's bad. It's bad.
I don't want to hurt her feelings because she's madly.
Oh, you know what? Part of being in the rules is that it is not necessary now. We have someone we speak to in LA, and she said she can't even talk to her girlfriends anymore. They're all like you in those rules. I don't think this is like finding something that works in your heart. It is not necessary to tell our girlfriends, just every time they break a rule, just say, that is such a shame. And then when she says, he muffled the messages, just say,
He doesn't like you.
no, don't say he doesn't like you. Just say, really, You'll have no friends left. You believe in the rules, but that doesn't mean that every friend of yours has to believe in the
She
rules.
doesn't either, but I said, what I got out of the rules is that it's an automatic abuse eliminator. You are not having any abuse
It is an
relationships
automatic
at
abuse
all.
eliminator, but if someone doesn't want to hear that, then they start not wanting to talk to you, and then you lose your girlfriends, and
She calls me every day because she asks me for the book now.
well, it's not
dropped it
a
off at
slow
the-
learner. I think the best way to get a person to do the rules is not to yell at them in their current relationship and say,
And I'm guilty, I'm sorry.
he didn't do this and he didn't do that, and make them feel bad, but it's to successfully date yourself, invite her to your wedding, or watch her watch you say no to bad guys. Here you're out with her.
And she applauds me on that. She said, I got rid of like 2 assholes like last Friday, back to back, the doctor and the lawyer, and I said, please don't call me, you're disturbing me. And the guy called back and he said, what? And I just clicked off.
Right.
You don't call again next week, I'm sure. That's how they are. I told the other guy that called, I said, just don't call me. No, like he was like my dog that I was screaming at. And he'll probably call back too, but like she laughed because the rules definitely works. If a man likes you, he calls. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Right.
Every man I called, I lost.
And the more you click the phone down, the more they call back. Heather?
Absolutely.
Thanks very much. I liked your, one of my favorite rules is the one about Wednesday and Saturday. Because he's got to ask you up before Wednesday. This is Wednesday now, and a bunch of us are probably going to check our places.
Heather, no one can hear you.
Oh, sorry. All right.
So come over here. Just, yeah. All right, Heather, come up.
All right.
Poor little thing.
My question is about Wednesday and Saturday. And since it is Wednesday now, I am actually expecting to hear from a guy that I've been dating.
This is like a two-parter, though, about Wednesday and Saturday. This is a guy that lives north of the city, and we usually meet during the week because that's when he comes into the city to take care of some business and play basketball with his friends. So if we're talking about like a weekday date, how does the Wednesday-Saturday rule apply when he's calling closer to the end of the week to ask about the following
What does he
week?
do on the weekends?
He's with his son. He's divorced, and he gets custody of the son on weekends.
Every weekend he gets custody of his son?
Every other weekend.
So what does he do the other weekend?
He's still up north. He
Way up north. But he comes in for a basketball game with his friends.
yes, on Wednesdays.
I don't
so-
think I'd see him too much during the week anymore.
But
He has to start taking you out every other Saturday. No, I mean, if they have custody every other weekend, I think being a great father is like being a great rules guy. But the other weekend, he could not come in on the Wednesday when he does business and play basketball, and he could come in to take you out because he can't see you during the week. Because don't you want to have dates on the weekend sometimes?
sure.
Well, if he can see you during the week, why does he need to see you on the weekend? I mean, you have to be a little busy, so I would just say, I wouldn't even go out with him during the week too much anymore.
That's
I mean, it's okay in the beginning, but now he has to start taking you out on weekends sometimes.
Okay. The follow-up question that I had about the calls is, I can allude from the book that you don't really believe in calling right away when the guy calls. Certainly, not with every call. But what if a guy does call on a Wednesday? Do we still have to wait till Thursday, and then it's no longer a Wednesday?
It's better to lose the weekend date than to get the guy for the weekend. Like, if he calls you on Wednesday at 8 o'clock and you're not in, and you're not really supposed to call back, this is a big dilemma women have. What do I do? Do I call him back? I mean, the cutoff's tomorrow. If I call him back tomorrow, it's a cutoff. So you're better off not returning his call at all and losing the week. I did that with my husband. He called, like, I met him, and I didn't go out on my first date with him for 3 weeks, till he tracked me down, got me in, he left messages with my roommate. It was 3 weeks later, till we had our first date.
Okay. So under no circumstances do we call back on the same day of the call if he leaves a message?
You'll lose, look at it like you lose the weekend, but you gain lifetime. It's not about getting a call back. It's not about getting a Saturday night date. It's about letting him know that you don't really, I mean, you got the message, but, busy, and let him try Monday, or they start to, you know what it is, they start to really get wind of it. In the beginning, they try on a Wednesday, and they think they'll get you maybe even for Thursday. But you don't call them back. So the next week, they try Monday. And maybe they don't even get you in. And they try back maybe Wednesday again. They keep trying when they like you, because they want to be in the same room with you because they thought you were really pretty and nice when they met you. And they don't really think that you're playing games. They probably just think you're not in. They don't think a lot about this stuff. But when they see a girl they like, maybe they think they might think, well, maybe she's playing a game. Let's say before the rules came out. She doesn't call guys. So they call you. You're pretty. Why wouldn't they want to be? They want to be in the room with you. When they like you, they want to be in the same room as you. So it's like, unless you scream at them, they will keep calling you. And even then, some women can't keep men away, even when they scream at them. Think of men that fight, all the ones you didn't like, that you said never call me again, and they keep calling. They'll call forever. Let's do the front row. You and then you.
In your book, you don't say anything about going back out with ex-boyfriends.
We're having a chapter in Rules 2 about winning back an ex.
Well, not winning back, but what happens when maybe...
Losing back an ex?
No, gaining back an ex.
Well, that's what we say. Winning back an ex means
Yeah.
getting back an ex.
Yeah, like, see, like, you break up for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, the light bulb goes off in his head. Like, gee, I made a really big mistake.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he, like, begs forgiveness.
Okay.
And, like, he realizes that he can't, like, live with
Oh,
that.
it's like strict rules from then on. I would never return that man's phone. Did he break up with you, or you broke up with him?
He broke up with
Oh, I would never call him back till the wedding day. I would never, like we say, rarely return calls. This one I would never call back. Once they break up with you, probably you weren't doing the rules then, of course, so maybe
No,
it
I
was...
didn't know about that.
Right, but I'm saying a lot of women have a lot of ex-boyfriends. We get like 100 letters a week, and 50 of them are from people who want to get back their ex-boyfriend that they didn't do the rules on, and they realize now, he said, you don't give me space, you're too needy, you're annoying me. And they think now, aided with the rules, that they could really make this work.
No, he calls me, and he tells
Good.
me he wants to see me right away. He wants to see me, like, that day.
Huh,
Like,
what a
no.
shame. He wants to see you that day.
No, I can't. I have plans.
Right.
I can't.
You do the rules very strictly on a guy like
Yeah.
that.
So, I
Because he
mean-
broke up with you once. He could break up with... He obviously can live without you. So it's up to you
But
to
know
do the
what?
rules.
Thanks to your book, I didn't stay home, like, and pine my life away over this man.
Right.
Within 5 days, like, I didn't hear from him. I knew, like, it was like, go out, put your best dress on,
Next.
and go out. And that was, like, my saving grace. And I thank you guys so much for that.
So never return this guy's calls, though. Let him try to catch you in.
Yeah. Okay.
Good luck with it. Yes.
I'm living in a one-year relationship. I've been with him 2 years, living with him.
You're living with a guy for a year, you've been with for 2 years.
2 years, right. I feel like he's been taking me... I feel that...
Come to the mic.
I feel like he's been taking me for granted. I love him, he loves me. I've been very frustrated, I've been arguing with him. I want to get married, I want to have kids, and he feels that everything is just right just for now because of his career. He's afraid that if he goes, if his career...
If he was to marry you, his career would bomb?
No, right. Well, right. He's afraid.
What does he do?
He's an actor, filmmaker.
And getting married would ruin that whole thing?
That would ruin his life, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's what he said, sort of. He says right now he's happy the way things are.
I'm sure he is. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Well, you look very young. You're 31.
Yeah.
You could definitely put your foot down and move out.
But I live with him.
So then move out.
See, I'm afraid that if I move out, he, you know...
You're afraid if you move out that he will live without you, then you're
Right.
better off without him, because we only want men who can't live without us. And also, one thing though, a lot of women that do, like, pack the bags up and try to move out, the guy says, hey, first he helps you pack a box, and then he says by the second box, I don't know about this, by the third box he's like, well, maybe you shouldn't move out. Maybe best to let him come after you. Sometimes we don't actually have to break an engagement if it's not going well, or move out, or whatever. We just...
He doesn't want me to leave.
So leave.
At all.
That's a shame. Because you're 31 and you gotta go on with your life. Do you want to have children one day?
I do, but I'm 31, my clock is ticking, I feel. That's
It's
how
not ticking that much. You're only 31, but we don't live with a man unless we're engaged or married. So you made a mistake by living with him to begin
Yes,
with, because you
yes.
made it too easy for him. So now you'll pretend that you're moving out. Sometimes you don't actually have to move out. I mean, maybe you will, but...
Well, I've noticed when I hang out with my friends a lot, like I've been doing lately, he's paying more attention.
I would start looking in the Sunday Times and saying, gosh, I cannot believe, you know, gosh, East 63rd Street is oh my God, what a good deal that is. Just start looking at apartments.
Wait, I'm real different.
We've got a broker, we will set you up, because he'll be married like in 6 months, don't worry. Yes, you.
I know you're putting this in your next book, but I can't wait for it, because you mentioned 7 to 9 weeks, so that's a great time.
Wait, 7 to 9 weeks what?
9 months. Like, if you're over 30, you said something earlier tonight about 7 to 9 months.
Yeah, like 9 or 9, don't quote me, 7 to 12 months. Actually, it's good to go through 4 seasons with a guy, so I would say 9 to 12 months.
And how do you turn somebody who's a colleague or a coworker into a relationship?
I'm sorry, how do you do what?
A colleague or a coworker.
A coworker.
You have things tremendous in common with.
We're writing an office romance chapter. This is like the whole rules
I
too.
don't want to wait for that book to come out.
Okay, what do you want to know?
I would like to know what, a brief summation of what you say. I don't want to wait for your book to come out in 6 months. When you say, how do you turn someone that you work with into a relationship?
Yeah.
Does he drink by your water cooler?
No, but we're both freelance workers, but we work on all the same projects together, you know, in terms of music and concerts.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think the answer would be? As having read the rules.
I've done it successfully, so I don't really have confidence.
You've probably never done it successfully because you've tried to initiate a romance and you cannot. No, but with others, and that's because you tried to initiate. And the truth is if this man is not asking you out or trying to start a relationship with you or doing anything romantic towards you, then you have an office friendship.
No, he has hinted at it tremendously.
What does he hint? Because a lot of women think that men are hinting, but they're not. What does he hint? What does he say? What are you doing Saturday night?
No, he's like for my birthday, he cooked this huge meal and invited all these people and made a party.
That's not a date. A huge meal and a
No, I've
birthday.
gone out with him for business luncheons, just the two of us alone.
But that's not a date.
It's not a Saturday night, no.
No. How do you do?
But it's
You can't. It's like everything
So
else.
Ellen, if he asked me out last Thursday night and we went to a restaurant, he paid for me and brought me in a taxi home. That's
He probably really likes you a lot, but unless he said, what are you doing Saturday night, the night that's the good night, he probably isn't interested in you.
but
How do you make someone interested in you? You can't.
No, he is
You
interested.
can't.
He is interested, but he doesn't dare. He doesn't think he's worthy.
He doesn't think he's worthy of you. Then you're not worthy of him. I mean, then he's not worthy of you. You don't want someone that you have to convince. It's a whole psycho thing. Like if he is afraid to ask you out because he's intimidated. I mean, sometimes the models will say.
Make enough money.
Some models will say to us, you know, men don't approach me because I'm too beautiful. Then wait for a man that isn't intimidated by your beauty. Otherwise, unless you're thinking of going into getting a car accident and becoming very grossly, ugly. If a man is intimidated by your wealth, your money, your power, your looks. He will always be intimidated by your wealth, your money, your power, your looks, and it will come out down the line. So you don't want to change anything. It's not about trying to look ugly or shaving your head or trying to lose all your money in the stock market and then have him get the guy, then win the guy, lose the money. It's not about that. It's about a man wanting you exactly the way you are today.
So why is it that some men think they have to make a certain amount of money more than a woman before they can go out with you?
I don't agree with that. I think that a man's either attracted to you or he's not, and if he's not, he blames it on those things, but he's not really being honest with you. He just doesn't want to go out with you. When men want to go out with you and they make less money than you, they say, I don't make as much as you, but I'd love to. They just want to see you Saturday night. When they like you, they just want to see you. They want to be in the same room with you on Saturday night. They want to hold hands with you.
So if he's hinted at something, I should just wait until he actually
You should wait.
asks me on a date.
That's right. Maybe he's got a girlfriend. Maybe he's in... But I'm saying, but you don't know. Maybe he's got a thing with his ex-girlfriend. Maybe he's got a thing with his ex-wife. As a woman, you wait till he says to you, want to go out to dinner. And then you say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that sounds nice.
But you could nicely turn him down for every night but Saturday night. I mean, sometimes the way to get a Saturday night date, if there's one to be gotten,
Yes.
is to say, oh gosh, I can't on Thursday, oh gosh, I can't on Friday, and then if they really like you, they'll ask you on Saturday.
Sometimes if you've made it too friendly, too casual, too work, too lunch, too everything, that you just say no to everything so that it's like Saturday night or nothing.
So he's told me he's not dating anyone else, and he knows that I do go on casual dates, but I told him I'm not going steady with him. He knows I had plans last Saturday.
If he knows that you go on casual dates and he's not asking you out, then he's probably not interested. Because when a man likes you, the thought of you being with another man is like, it gets him sick. So it's kind of like next in this one. A success story.
Someone worked with a man and turned it into a relationship.
Sure, when the man likes you, you do the rules on him, and that just, basically what the rules do is it doesn't screw up a love, but it can't create a love. A man starts work like the first day, and he meets like 50 new people, and he goes around and he thinks, whoa, the woman on on the 3rd floor was really cute. And he thinks to himself, I gotta go to the 3rd floor one of these days and check out the woman on the 3rd floor. What the woman on the 3rd floor can do by screwing it up is by thinking that he's really cute and thinking, I'll just stroll by his desk every day now. And she's no longer the girl from the 3rd floor that he thought was really pretty. She's just that girl that comes by every day. But you can't make him think you're the girl from the 3rd floor. If he met you and he didn't even remember, and he'll always want the girl from the 3rd floor that didn't come by. So the only thing you can do when you do the rules to create or to not ruin love is by not chasing them so that they lose it for you. But you can't make him meet you and say, who's that? And there's always going to be a guy out there that's going to say, whoa, who's that? Sometimes it's about patience and time and waiting, which is the worst. The answer anyone could ever have is, patience. That's like the worst thing. Yes? How long do you wait to start getting intimate? Till you're comfortable with him, till you know that he's going to call you again. You feel that he will be exclusive with you once you're intimate. You get a good feeling. He calls when he says he's going to call, reliable, on time, doesn't disappear for a month. Stories about his car got stolen, and those are the kind of men that have a wife in every town. How do you think those men do it? Someone didn't do the rules on those guys, because if they have those 15, those guys that have 15 wives, they can't possibly be calling all of them on Tuesday for Saturday, and they're skipping. But really, women out there don't realize the rules isn't just about this old-fashioned kind of behavior dating. It's about the fact that if he skips out for a month and comes back with some story, he may have a wife in another city. Hello, it's like these men that have these multiple relationships, there's one night of the week he's with her, he's just not calling you. He's slipping, he just can't keep up with the momentum of the rules. So, you win because you won't settle for less. Yes?
What about a steady relationship for over a year with intimacy and no commitment? After a year.
A steady relationship for over a year with no commitment.
Right, no,
With no marriage.
Also, no declaration of love.
No declaration of love after a year? Be busy a lot. I wouldn't break up. I would just get really, really busy. I don't think it's necessary to break up.
Well, if you both care for one another, or that's what you both told one
But you said there's no declaration of love.
Exactly, right.
Well, what's caring versus declaration of love? You don't know. But you've been in it for a year.
Yeah.
You haven't asked this.
It's been told.
He told you he's not in love with you.
He wasn't sure.
He's not sure after a year. So So he just really wants someone to be with and go out with and go to dinner and movies with. He's keeping time. What do you do?
We're both very attracted and very, I mean, I have feelings for you.
I'm sure you do. Does he have feelings for you? Was it a rules beginning? Did he approach you? No, did he not have to have read the book? Did he like you first or you liked him first?
We both mutually, but he...
Well,
I
mutual.
never called him at all. I never
So
called
he chased you in the beginning. We're actually coming out with a rules journal because we can't take it anymore. Everybody can't remember in the beginning, like who talked to who first. And well, remember I was at a party, so you're going to go home now. You're going to write it all down so that you can be organized about this.
He calls me every night. I mean...
He calls you every night, but he doesn't know if he can feel love for you.
We spend the whole weekend together every weekend. But now I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I screwed up somewhere. Why would
You probably didn't do the rules.
what do I do now?
You start doing the rules now.
Can this be salvaged?
Yeah, it could be salvaged, but
I'm not sure whether I like him either. It's just that I do have feelings for him. I'd like to...
she's not sure if she loves him or if he loves her. There's very ambivalent people here. I would say to start doing the rules, be busy a little bit, maybe plan a vacation away from him. Go for a week to visit like your sister in Florida.
I've been out every week, so if he's calling to get back to me, should I skip a weekend?
Skip a weekend would be really good, but don't say why, just say,
Still see him, right?
yeah. You don't have to just dump him off the...
Do you see any future? Do you see that there's a possibility?
You never know till you start doing the rules. We're not psychics. I have to sit down. Is he separated or is...
Still separated, and that's why I broke down last weekend and then tried to find out what his intentions were because I was very emotionally...
And what were his intentions?
He started telling me the truth at least. I know the truth.
Does he have intentions with you?
He did. Well, no, that's the thing.
He has no intentions with you?
That's what I asked what his intentions, but not, I didn't mean for me, I meant what was his intentions.
You know what, this is like the kind of thing where you'd get a phone consultation. It's like, I would have to know the whole thing, or maybe call someone on the support group list. We are just doing a seminar tonight.
What should I call, one of the numbers in my book?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you.
I broke the rules really bad, okay, with this guy. Terrible, okay? He started the distance thing where he's going out with his friends and he's like really distant. He didn't say he needs space, he's going out with his friends or whatever. I'm like infuriated, right? I'm like, I want him to be with me, it's just what I'm feeling inside. I don't let him know that. But he still wants to know what I'm doing. Well, who did you go out with and what did you do? But he's not asking me out. So I don't know if I should just, like, my tendency is to get really, like, frantic and just be like, dump him or something.
Do you see him on Saturday nights?
Friday nights.
Why not Saturday nights?
Or Saturday nights.
No. Saturday night. You're busy Friday night. You only have Saturday night.
See, right now, I screwed up.
Well, we can start fresh. It's not over. You're not dead yet. So now, do the date this weekend with him.
I have no date this week.
Then you're not going to see him this weekend.
No, I'm not.
You are just really busy. And when he calls you, you don't yell at him. You don't say, oh, great, nice to hear from you. You go, hi, how you doing? And this is the phone call. Hi, how you doing? Good. And in your head, you're making sure that his mother, didn't die, no deaths in the family. And then you're like, I'm so glad to hear from you. Anyway, I can't believe I'm just on the way out, though. That's it. 1 second. That's all he gets from you is, you're like this on the phone. Always wear a watch. You should be like this. He gets 1 minute. People that are bad to us we get like a 10-minute phone call in the beginning of the rules. When they start treating you badly, they get like, the timer goes less and less and less. Next thing you know, it's going off in a minute. Hey, good. Things are really good. Everything okay with you? Well, good. Good. Gotta go. And then he'll start calling you. Maybe not the first phone call, but eventually he's gonna see, he'll probably think you're dating somebody else. He'll probably eventually try to get you, then he'll try it, well, what about Friday night? And then you're gonna say, oh gosh, I already made plans. The only night you're ever gonna be free is Saturday. He'll pick up the hint, or he'll never call you again. And then if he never calls you again, he probably wouldn't have made a very good husband anyway. Okay, you.
Why did you look over here? Somebody's talking?
Dating men who are in the process of getting divorced is really is separated. We're going to discuss that in rules too. You want to know about that now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Situation that I'm in is, the man
Here.
is a devoted father and he has a 7-year-old son.
Devoted fathers who have 7-year-old sons are very, very good. That's great being a devoted father. We never get jealous of a man who has kids, because if he wants to be with his kids, that's like the nicest thing in the world. So you would never give him a hassle if he wants to be with his kids. Right.
But he's having a lot of problems in terms of the fact that he doesn't see his son. The whole divorce is coming. He was sort of in denial.
Does he see you Saturday night?
Well, now
He can come to terms with whatever he wants to. I think that's wonderful that he's coming to terms with not seeing his son. That means he's a caring father. Does he see you Saturday nights?
he used to,
Unless you want to be his therapist or his Tuesday night phone call. Does he see you Saturday nights?
not for the past, he used to plan everything out
So how long has he not seen you on a Saturday night for?
a couple of months
A couple of months. Because
that decided not to because he has to be available for his son because his son's acting out and
does he see his son on Saturday night?
sometimes visit if
He has to be on call for a 7-year-old son on Saturday nights. In case his son acts out, does his wife have custody?
they haven't established that the agreement,
So who gets the son on Saturday nights?
they don't stick to it.
They don't stick to it. So
Both doctors and they both
he wants to be available always on a Saturday night and never see you anymore for months because he wants to be available for his son if his son should need him. Does he see you at all?
if he's willing to go into therapy.
I just think when men like you, they want to, I know it sounds like I keep saying this, but it's not this like Saturday night thing, but when they really like you and they're having trouble with their son and they don't know if they're going to see their son or not, they get a beeper and then they say to their wife, I'm taking Susan out, because she is like so cute. They have to take Susan out. And then sometimes during dinner they get beeped. And then they say to you, oh my God, that's my son. And they go to the phone, they talk to him. You're supportive, of course, because it's his son beeping him. And then maybe he ends the date early because he has to go to his son. But he would always want to he would always try to see you Saturday night. He'd probably send you flowers after that too because he felt so bad, but his son did need him and his son comes first. But he would definitely send you flowers if he had to leave the date early. But to not see you at all ever because his son might need him on a Saturday night when his wife has custody or they haven't, it just, nah.
Wait till he gets divorced.
Who approached who first? He approached you. And now he never, how often does he call you? Every day he calls you. So how often do you see him? Oh, don't talk to him at work too much. He sees you at work every day, so he gets his fill of you. Do you eat lunch with him?
Not too much. No. Usually not.
Sounds like he backed off from the whole thing and you're really hurt.
He's backed off from everything. He's just
Well, that's his problem. So you back off for it. Why don't you start dating somebody else and not give this guy the time of day until he figures it out? You'll wait forever. And the best thing you could do is not let him have you for a while. And then he'll decide how he really feels about you. And maybe he is very confused. No, we're not. That's what I was saying in the beginning. I thought it was about being nice, but if he is at the point where he can't see you on Saturday nights, you're a person, you have a life, and you're not supportive. Yeah, if you run into him in the elevator, say, how's your son? Gotta go. If he calls you, gotta go. You need a boyfriend. You don't need to be somebody's like supportive therapist while they're going through a divorce. There are laundry lists of men out there that would want you then. We'll have to put you, free therapist. You don't want to do that. You want to be a date, right? And possibly be the stepmother to this wonderful 7-year-old son. So you're a really good person. I mean, you'd be a stepmother, right? But until you're a stepmother, when you see the guy in the elevator, you're like, how's your son? That's it. No birthday presents for the son. Nothing.
Just out of curiosity, how long are you dating him?
Since August.
You're dating him since August.
9 months? And did he propose?
7 months.
Where's the ring? He proposed without a ring? He proposed, but he never gave you a ring?
No.
So,
When did he get divorced?
you know what? It could be one of two things. He could either be one of those guys that backed off because he got scared, has a son, an ex-wife, a lot of problems, and is going to realize that you are the best thing that ever happened to him and come after you. Or you'll never hear from him again. But the only way you'll ever know which one that is to dump him. But not in a mean way. Just say, when he calls, like the first 5 times you can be really busy, but if he keeps calling, you just say, look, I think if we should just cool it for a while. No, you should not stay and be supportive. No. He'll go up with some other woman who's not supportive and take her out to dinner on Saturday nights. How do you know he's not seeing anybody else? You know what? Never speak to this man again except in the elevator or work. No, don't call. You don't ever call him back. You're doing the rules. Remember, rarely return his calls. Actually, the original rules we wrote never return his calls, but we knew that it was a little extreme, so we said rarely. Rarely return his calls. Rarely. How old are you? So you're 35. Do you need friends? How old is he? He's a 40-year-old. You don't need 35-year-old women who are single don't need 40-year-old male friends right now who they happen to be in love with. Find another friend.
Say you go out to a party,
You go out to a party.
and basically, I know the way you say don't make any eye contact.
Don't make any eye contact.
With a man. So basically, usually I see like a lot of girls, and a lot of them aren't even that pretty.
We don't say don't make eye contact. When we say don't make eye contact, just know if a man looks at you and smiles, don't go like this. Or look down like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to make... If he looks at you and goes and smiles, you can go, smile. If you happen to see him, you can smile back, but you don't initiate.
Yeah.
See, we're different than other, not dating books, we're philosophy, but we don't say, you see a cute guy, smile, walk by his table, eat chips out of his bowl. We say, no, he has to do it to you, but if he does eat chips out of your bowl and tries to, like steps on your foot and goes, hi, you don't have to go, look down like a shaking, nervous wreck. You can say, if he says hi, say hi back. If he smiles, you can smile back. You do everything back.
Right, but what if say he does smile, but say he doesn't approach?
You don't approach. Then you smile, you don't approach, nobody approaches, everybody smiles. It's a very smiling night.
Like about half an hour, so you're talking to a girl, and she's not even attractive.
Well, first of all, you can't say,
Yeah,
it's not for, no, but second of all, first of all, you can't say who's attractive and who's not. Because we all see movie stars married to very plain-looking women. Sometimes it looks just like their sister, so it's not for us to ever say, can't believe you passed me by with that ugly girl over there. He may marry that ugly girl and love her more than he ever loved anyone. So it's not about being pretty, it's about your being his look. So if he didn't approach you, one good rule of thumb is when they really love you and you're at a party, they don't make a point of talking to other women in front of you. When a man really loves you and he sees a girl he really likes, the whole night's about her. If he smiled at you, it's because he smiled. A lot of guys smile at a lot of girls thinking, maybe she'll give me her number, maybe she'll sleep with me tonight, maybe she lives close by, maybe I can go to her apartment after this. It's not a marriage proposal, a smile.
You don't think it's because he's shy?
Not at all. Okay, if a man smiles at you and doesn't approach you, he was like this. He's happy, he might have gotten a promotion that day, and he smiled at you, and that was it, he forgot about it. He's thinking nothing.
But what if he keeps looking at you?
If he keeps looking at you and he never comes over to you, maybe when you're having a baby, he won't be able to actually he'll be one of those men that can't come into the delivery room because he doesn't like blood. He won't be able to approach you while you're delivering a child. He might have trouble walking down the aisle with you because he doesn't like confined spaces. You'll be in a problem relationship. If he cannot make it he's not interested enough to come across the room to say,
He keeps looking.
he can look, because maybe you look like maybe you have a shirt just like his ex-wife used to have. Maybe he wants your shirt. Maybe he's, I don't know. Maybe he's, you just don't think. Do the rules. In that we say, don't think about the relationship at hand. Don't think about anything. Just do the rules. See if you can talk to some interesting women at the party. Think about your life. Don't approach men who are too shy to come over to you. You think he's too shy. He may not have even been looking at you. Maybe he was smiling at the girl behind you. And don't ever sit around and think, I can't believe he didn't talk to me. He talked to that ugly one over there. Maybe the ugly one is his look. You know, so who's to say what anyone's look is anyway? Jane. And then over here.
All right. This question is about the rule, don't tell a man what to do and don't try to change him.
All right.
I have a real rules relationship. I love this man very deeply, and his love for me is absolutely touching.
Jane was one of our first letters.
Oh, man. Really, I got every...
It's like in the framed rules book.
Now, look, he's driven by his work. I'm very close to marriage, very close to getting engaged. And he's driven by his work. I know there are some things I'm going to have to swallow, like I'm not going to be having dinner together with him. He's going to be home every night at 10.
That's like the reevaluate before you get married thing.
Right.
Yeah,
So he's
that
very
you should do.
critical about things. He has the best of intentions, but I know he has feelings. Just tell me again, you have to take a man just as you find him. Somebody had said to me, look, if he loves you dearly and you love him back and he's 51% of what you want, take him and be thankful that he loves you. But just tell me again, you have to take the man the way you find him.
When you find the perfect man that fits every one of your needs, you'll be the only one in the world that ever found one that fits every single one of your needs at every time in your life, because life changes. Maybe now you'd want a husband home at 7, not at 10. Maybe there'll be a time in your life when it'll be good for you that your husband comes home every night at 10, because it'll force you to have plans with... Maybe you're the kind, because, you know, like everything works in life for a purpose. Maybe you're the kind that if you had a husband home every night at 6, you wouldn't bother keeping up relationships with your friends. You'd immerse yourself in him. Maybe it's you saving yourself from yourself if he comes home at 10, because you'll be forced to create your own life and not rely on him for those hours. Somehow, but if you love him, it will come to be that it will work out. And if these other things, there's got to be, I mean, you've been dating him a while, you've been talking to us, there's other things about him that you love. Do you love him?
I love him.
If you love a man and he works till 10 and he repeats things and he leaves his change on the dresser every single morning.
Stuff like, you know, he'll say, I know it's going to happen. He'll be saying to me, I will fix it. He'll mean to because he wants me to be happy. He just won't do it. And I dearly do.
The worst thing you could do is make a man who wants to work till 10 come home at 7. Because you want him to. That is like the worst. He'll be so unhappily married.
No, I know, and I don't want to turn into a
Right. So just try to now think of things to do between 7 and 10. That's a great time to take up adult education classes, get your master's.
And you really have to take the man the way you find him, right?
You have to exactly take him the way you find him. And you have to focus on yourself. You have to think to yourself, you know, he was put in my life for a reason. I love him. He loves me. He wants to work till 10. I got a busy between 6 and 10. I got to find something to do. I'm supposed to find something to do. Maybe you're the kind that would immerse yourself in his life, and it's the best thing in the world that he works late every night because you're forced to get your own life. I have that kind of feeling. It always happens like that. So next seminar, we're coming in with, you know,
One of the chapters in Rules 2 is the rules are spiritual. Some people fault the rules for being fake or, you know, you're pretending you're busy. The fact of the matter is the rules are spiritual because you're forced to leave a man alone, which is a very spiritual thing to do.
you have to grow on you have to self-grow.
The most unspiritual thing to do is to try to change a person.
Don't change him, change yourself. You want a husband that comes home at 7, well, then you're not going to get one. So, busy up. Someone over there with the red hair. Hi.
All right. Because I had my hand up since I walked in.
Talk.
Where do I start? I'm in a relationship now since August, and a girlfriend of mine is the one who recommended the book to me and told me that she doesn't feel I'm following the rules and blah, blah, blah. Actually, I feel that I am, and I've
What is she, like the rules police? She doesn't feel you're following the rules?
Well, let me tell you just to start.
We do have people out there, you know, so watch it.
Because we did have a rules beginning. He pursued me. I waited till I got 2 cards before I sent him one.
This is a very organized, this is a person that is going to really, like, doesn't even need the journal. That's very good.
I waited till I
We
got
ask women this all day long, they can't answer it.
flowers before I got one. You know, I
Good.
did like a little dance with him. After our second date,
How long are you dating him now?
7 months. After our second date,
And how old are you?
I'll be 43.
Okay.
After our second date, he didn't call me for a week. I broke the rules. I broke down and called him. Now, we've been together for 7 months.
Why didn't he call you?
He wanted to see if I would meet him halfway, if I was interested in him, or I was just going through the motions. He wanted to test it out. He's just recently divorced. I'm the only girl he's been with since he broke his marriage.
So if you hadn't called him, he would have eventually called you.
He would have, yes.
He
But,
probably would have, but it would have been better if that had happened.
yeah, but it didn't really, well, everybody he's been with since he's been separated and divorced from his wife hasn't lasted more than maybe 2 months, 3 months tops. We're going past 7 months now, and his first wife, Freudian, his wife, his ex-wife, she kind of, I'm using her as a model, she kind of did what I'm doing. She hung in there and she just...
Does he tell you he loves you?
We just got to that.
And did he get there?
Yeah, but I had to ask him pretty much if he had any feelings of love at all because he didn't want to give me the wrong...
This guy is like, so, you know, it's like...
Pain. So what?
It sounds like a little painful. You had to call him because he didn't, I don't like guys that play games. They like you, they call you.
I'm not playing games, and actually, she said that I'm being too available. Well, we have an exclusive relationship, and he has not backed off at all. We see each other every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday since the beginning of time. But when he's bad, and when takes me a little bit for granted, I make other plans, and he comes, and he really misses me, and he's super nice, and it makes
Does he ever use the words like, this is a good thing to notice with men. Do they use words like, wow, when we get married one day...
No, he's just...
See that wall over there? When I get married one day, I want a wall just like that. That's what they do when they want to marry you. Like first dates, they hold up the glass and they go, I love glasses like this. One day when I get married, I want a glass like this. They're constantly using, they were invited to be in their friend's wedding. Does he bring up weddings or does he seem to just ignore the whole topic? That the people out there get married, they build walls, houses.
I asked him finally about, just recently, I just asked him if there was a possibility down the road for us, are we traveling on the same road?
What did he say?
He said that, I said to him, I just want to know if we're traveling down the same road.
You wanted to know if you're traveling down the same road, and what did he say?
He said, he has a little...
Men never do this, by the way. No one can breathe. Everyone's like, well, what did he say?
He said he has a little bit of doubts about, this and that. And
He has doubts about this and that?
but he said he does want to continue traveling down the same road with me and see if it works.
If a man says that he has doubts, he has doubts. That's not good.
Okay, the thing is, if a man is just recently divorced, he's not ready to jump into a marriage.
We do, but that's why we don't call him after the second date, because we made it happen. That's why we don't be the one to say, so what's going on with the love thing? What I would do with a man like that is not call after the second date, and instead of seeing him Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because of course he doesn't know what road he's going to be on, I would just see him Saturday. And Friday night I'd go out looking for other guys, and Sunday I'd see my mother. How is your mother? I would just see him Saturday, because you know what? I think it's actually very selfish of, I'm just doing this to show you how the rules work. It's actually very selfish of us to expect recently divorced men to want to commit to us. So the best thing you could do is give him his freedom. So on Friday nights, you should let him have space. You should go looking for other men.
Well, I haven't done that.
And then on Sundays, you should let him think, so that he can think. As opposed to you shouldn't see him Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if he has doubts and doesn't know what road he's going to be on.
He had doubts with his wife, too, and he married her.
But he divorced her. She left him? You know what? Did you speak to his wife or he told you this?
No, I spoke to his brothers and sisters.
You know what? I wouldn't go by anybody but him and you. When you ask a man how he feels about you, he doesn't say he has doubts if he wants to be with you. So if he has doubts, it's because you're spending too much time with him.
He said he loves me, and it finally came out. I think he's a little scared because this is the first time he's been in a long-term committed relationship.
I would give this guy so much space. I would see him only Saturday nights. He likes you and he loves you, and that's great, but I think you're crowding him. And that's why he doesn't know where he is. He just got out of a divorce. He has an ex-wife. He probably, if she left him, still has feelings for her, which is something we also say to watch out for, in Rules 2. You want to, if she left him, he could possibly harbor feelings for her. So you want to put that in the back of your head.
How am I crowding him if he's the one that wants to see me every Friday?
Because it's your job as the woman to say no. You're not crowding him.
Which I started to do, and
You can't expect a man not to ask. They ask. They want sex. They want to see you. They don't want to be alone. But then after it's like a man. It's the same thing with going away for a week. Man asks you to go away for a week with him. He asked. What's wrong with that? So you go, and when you come back, he says, I don't know. I think we got really close over the weekend, I don't know about this whole marriage thing. You scare them. So you're scaring him. So you possibly could have a chance with this guy. He seems to like you. He seems to want to keep seeing you. He seems to love you. See him only Saturdays. That's what we would tell you in a private consultation.
Only Saturday, every week, or just
Till he knows what road he's on and that you're on the same road. Until he can say to you, you know those doubts I thought I had? I don't have doubts anymore. Do you want to be with somebody all weekend that has doubts?
So somebody who's just recently divorced and doesn't even know if they ever want to get married again because they're still hurt, how can you get somebody like that over?
You do the rules. You give them space. You only see them. Someone that's recently divorced, you would want to see less than more. You're always lessening it. Are you getting off the phone first when he calls?
Sometimes.
You don't ever stay on more than like 10, 15 minutes during the week, right? So just stop seeing him Friday and Sunday so much. Just Saturday night. On Sunday, who leaves? Where do you stay? His apartment or your apartment?
We alternate weekends. Sometimes his house, sometimes my house.
And who leaves on Sunday? Who looks at their watch and says, gosh, I've really got a big day tomorrow?
He follows. I have to get up for work on Monday morning, so he follows me back to my place.
He follows you back to your place. He really likes you. You should definitely not crowd him. Because he likes you. I just think that you're like, it's like he's scared himself. He got involved with you too quickly, too fast, and I'd be really busy. How about going away for a week? He'll miss you. He likes you if he follows you back.
So doing the rules as my version of the rules, I must have done something right because I lasted 7 months.
Right, but you don't want to last 7 months. You want to last a lifetime. So do them very strictly. Yes, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. You always mention about Saturday night dates. What's wrong with a Friday night date?
We don't-
I'm just wondering.
Because if you ask them, everybody knows it. Like Friday night is like Friday night, and Saturday night is Saturday night. Everybody knows that except women.
But what's the difference? Everything about Friday versus Saturday. That's all I want to
Because when a man wants to marry you, he asks you out for Saturday night. When he just wants to like hang, he asks you for Friday night. I don't know why. They just ask a man. Don't ask me. I'm not a man. Why? Just think to yourself, Saturday night is like the perfect night. Because Friday night, everybody's like after work, they're all like tired, it's like a hang night, it's like I have nothing else to do anyway. Saturday's like you have the whole morning, you bring your dry cleaning in, and then you get dressed for the date. And there's nothing better than being out with a pretty girl on a Saturday night in a nice restaurant. So when they like you, they just want you Saturday night. And if they're on call or they have all these things going on, they ask you out for Saturday night, and then oh my God, they have to break the plan, they send you flowers, they feel bad. You get a sense that they would have seen you Saturday night, but they had real life things that came up, which can happen, which has not happened in this room yet. Yes, you with the blonde hair.
I love the rules. I did follow them. I have a great relationship, and I really appreciate it, so I have to say that to you. I've been in with 6 months now. I have a lot to do with work, though, and I do need to ask him to come with me. He doesn't want anything to do with that, and she just let that go.
Wait, when you say work, you mean like parties and things? You ask him to come to work things.
I have a lot of dinner functions.
Why would you ever, he doesn't want to go and you ask him you've asked him more than once?
Yeah.
Never.
Doesn't want to go.
You go alone. Maybe you're supposed to go alone to these things too. Like we said to the other woman, maybe you're supposed to go to events alone because if you went with someone, you wouldn't maybe chat with like the CEO and move up and maybe you're supposed to really be talking, maybe work functions for you is supposed to be about work and not bringing a date. Whenever a guy, but he does love you?
He loves me. I see him Saturday nights. I never call.
He just hates work things with you.
I won't do any work things with him. I've met all his friends. It's been wonderful.
Do you do something annoying for a living or?
I sell for a living.
You sell. He doesn't want to go to those things. Oh, no, don't make him. You're just supposed to use.
I just asked a couple of times.
So just use business functions as a time to meet like the VP, not to bring dates. How long are you dating?
6 months.
Does he ever talk about the future?
Not the future.
Not the future. How did you meet him?
I put an ad in and he answered my ad.
He answered your ad. But he never talks about the future.
I don't bring it up. He does love me. He says he loves me.
How old is he?
He's 40.
He's 40. He never brings up the future. I'm not stumped at all.
3 months, ask him something like.
The only thing I don't like, that's why I don't love the ad thing, because then I don't know if he was initially attracted to you or not. Like, he didn't see you across the crowded
I
room.
never called him. He pursued me.
But he never brings up anything?
He tells me how much he loves me, tells me how much he misses me. He always asks me out. He does.
don't do anything.
So maybe it's too soon.
Yeah.
It's probably too soon. So don't do anything, just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe like in 7 to 9 months you could say something like the other woman said, just say like, so what kind of intentions do you have, and just see what he says, but he has to have a very positive reply.
Hi, I think the book is great, but I have a question, which is, I have to have a lot of downtime as I do the rules. It's like I'm either going on a date or nothing is happening. And actually, most of the dates haven't been with people I've been that interested in. So it's my friends who are breaking rules right and left have like a much more active social life than I do a lot of the time. So I just wondered what your thoughts were.
Yeah, that's like keep doing the rules even when things are slow. Someone that didn't ask a question, the purple suit in the back.
Thank you. I don't have like a long story of anyone. I just want to ask about a bunch of just general short questions.
General short questions, just a few.
Yeah, just one. Like the initial encounter when you first meet somebody, and what if he says to you, you talked 5-10 minutes, and it's wrapping up, and he says to you, "Do you have a boyfriend?" What's the best way to answer?
That's a great question when they ask you. So you're talking with someone and you're wrapping up and he says, "Do you have a boyfriend?" You can just go, you can giggle and go, no.
Do you say, seeing people, you don't want to sound like a loser?
He doesn't think you're a loser. No. Man, that's your own, you have blonde hair. No one would ever, you see, that's how women are. You would actually think that he would be asking you that to see if you have ever had a date in your life. That's not what he asked you. He knows you have dates. He doesn't think you're a loser. He means you have a boyfriend. He means, are you just seeing one guy that you're sleeping with so you can't go out with me if I ask you?
Somebody I really liked in my neighborhood asked me that question, and I didn't want to sound like a loser when he said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" So I said, "No, but I'm dating a couple of people casually." And then he turned around and told a mutual friend, "Oh, I wouldn't ask her out. She's seeing someone." And it's like I was trying to put her to get.
That's not hard to get. That's like, that could almost be, well, the truth is he might say, "Well, perhaps I can change your mind." He wasn't, I don't know. If he was really that interested, he would have said to the mutual friend, "She said that she's dating a couple of people," and then the mutual friend would have said, "She's not. I think she's just seeing him casually." And he would have said, "Well, put in a good word for me." And he would have tried to call you anyway.
So what's your best answer to, "Do you have a boyfriend?"
If someone asked me if I had a boyfriend, and I didn't, I would say, no, but, I might even say, I would just say, "Do I have a boyfriend?" You mean, do I have a serious boyfriend? No.
And then he says to you, "Here's my cards, here's my phone number."
Oh, God, okay, this is when a man gives you his card, you say, "Oh, no, thank you." That's it. You never take a card, because you don't know what they are. No. Okay, so I'm going to blow my cover on this one. This is what I did with my husband. He said to me, "Well, let me give you my card." And he really liked me, but I guess he just figured that he would try to give me his card. He doesn't like when I talk about our life, but he did give me his card. And I said, I don't think so. And then he said, "Well, perhaps I can get your address and, your telephone number." And that's what happened.
So all you can
He
do
went
is
for
wait
it.
for him to
And that I sat there thinking in 30 seconds, either this really cute guy is going to ask me for my number, or he's not. And if he's not, I'm going to live with it. Because we just had the nicest conversation. He's really nice, he's really cute, and he seems really great. And I thought, but I have to give him back the card because I have to do the rules. So I gave him back the card because I wasn't going to call him. And he even said, you'll just leave a message on my answering machine. And when I ask him now, all these years later, why he did that, he can't remember. No, you don't tell a man you're doing the rules. In that you don't say, "I'm not comfortable calling men, I don't call men." You just, remember, you're just like, you haven't gone to relationship seminars, no one was here, this isn't, you're just like, nah.
It sounds too thought out when you
It's
say
too
that.
thought out. It sounds like you have actually been to a rule seminar. No, you would never explain why. I don't call men, or I'm not comfortable. You sound like a wacko.
Even when you said to him, he said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" You said, "No, but I'm just casually
It's like you
dating."
gave too much of an answer.
It sounds like you were trying to, like when a guy says to you, "Are you free Friday?" And you go, "No, but I am free Sunday."
And the reason
We don't help men date us. And they have to do it all by themselves.
Okay, and then so the whole thing that I contacted somebody else before, I read, there was a poll in Mademoiselle magazine a couple months ago, and they asked the question, they interviewed like 500 guys over the phone, and they asked the question, you walk into a party or a bar, you see an attractive woman,
into polls. You know why they have them in magazines? Because they need to fill up magazine space. It's not real. Okay, a man will say, I wouldn't approach a woman because I'm too shy, I would wait for her to approach me, and then Elle McPherson walks in, and that's his look. He's not going to go over to her.
What happens when you see guys looking at you? You know, you're eating lunch at McDonald's or you're on a...
Maybe they're looking at you. Maybe they're married, and they're happily married, and they're looking at you because you're pretty. They don't want a relationship with you. They don't want to marry you. They don't want to have children with you. No one can look at you without marrying you. This is where it's like, lighten up, girls. Men are going to look at you. Hopefully, if you weigh under like a certain amount and you dress pretty, you have a purple suit of lavender, very pretty, you blew your hair, you know, nice color blonde, men are going to look at you. Not every single one of them is available, wants to marry you, is the right thing. Is it sexually attracted to you? You know what men do? They look at every girl. I mean, I have an older brother. I have male friends. They look at, literally, there are guys that when a girl walks into a store, I have a friend who owns a store, and every girl that walks in, they rate between 1 and 10. And they rate, you know, this and this. That was a 10, and that, oh, no, did you catch her butt? No, it was only an 8. I thought it was a 9. It was an 8. And that's, you're a woman to them. That's why we're not, you know, we're equal, but we're not the same. Women don't really do that. Okay, his face was a 10, but men do this all day long. They're bored, and sex is fun for them. That's why they read Playboy, Penthouse, they watch porno videos more than we do. We're different than they are. We're equal, but we're not the same. So he might have been checking you out to see how far out yours go, that's all. He wasn't planning on marrying you or fathering your children. He just wanted to see how big they were. That's all. Curious. What could he, you mean, you know? Don't get so deep.
Like, you're not supposed to be trying to make eye contact, or at least initiate it. So it's like, I'm trying to just keep my, you know, like you even say in one chapter, just walk into a party with your eyes straight ahead and don't try and
Right.
meet someone, just wait for them to come over to you.
You wait for them to come over to you, yeah.
I read this quote when they said you would not go over unless she made eye contact first, and I've had male friends say that.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously.
I know what they say, I know.
It's like they're waiting for you to acknowledge their interest.
Uh-huh.
We don't read polls.
Men say one thing, and then they do another. I had a lot of male friends in college who said they would never do blah, blah, blah. And then they would, like, dump you at a party and run to the prettiest girl. Just never read men's polls anymore. Just stop doing that.
In Rules 2, we're writing a chapter, don't waste time on a fantasy relationship, and that's what a lot of these things that we've heard tonight are. You know, a man looked at me as he was, you know, going into the emergency room. You know, my doctor escorted me out the door, you know, and said, have a good weekend. You know, my dentist said, what are you doing Labor Day weekend? But he didn't ask you out. The way to know if a relationship exists or not is if he says, can I have your number? What are you doing Saturday night? Unless you hear those words, what are you doing Saturday night? Can I see you? Can I have your number? It's nothing. It didn't happen.
One last question. Can you comment, maybe you can, do you have any insights from Carolyn Kennedy? What went on?
We don't know her.
We heard so much about, like, what she did.
Do you know, I mean, the Rules has become so, I'll answer that question. We don't know Carolyn Bessette, but the Rules has become so popular in the last year that whenever somebody catches a very eligible bachelor, you know, JFK, Brad Pitt, whatever, the press assumes that they did the rules. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but it's a very good assumption. That's all I'll say about it. You know? Yes, if you could stand up though so everybody can hear. Anybody, I don't care.
I'm just curious, could you go more, elaborate more into what you were saying about winning someone back?
About what?
Is this a real relationship or hypothetical?
It's a real relationship.
What went wrong? Why do you have to win him back? Make it. If you have to win him back, you broke rules during the relationship. He broke up with you.
No, actually, no. I left, and then it's like now he shows up everywhere I'm at, and it's really weird. But I wanted to know, could you go into that? Like you started to talk about.
Do you want to marry him?
Yes.
You want to marry him, and why did you leave?
It's a very long story.
Well, he mistreated you. He's not nice.
Well, at the time I was involved with someone else.
And now you want him? Do you have any contact with him?
Yeah.
Are you seeing him this Saturday night?
No, I'm not seeing the same.
Is he asking you out? Is he interested in you?
Yeah, he's interested, but I wanted to. Could you go into that though? When do you go?
Is he calling you? Is he calling you tonight for Saturday night?
No, it's really weird now.
Does he live in this country? I don't understand. What is your level of involvement right now?
You were talking earlier about, in your next book, about
Yeah.
getting another person back.
Right.
I want you to go into that.
Okay, basically the way, I'll stand up for a minute. The way you get a man back is that we hope that he was attracted to you, okay? He approached you at a party or at work or something. He asked you out for Saturday night, and you went out with him. Everything was fine, and then you started breaking rules. You proposed marriage. You moved in. You started to invade his space. You took up a few drawers, then you took up a closet, and he was like, I like you, but whoa, leave me alone. You had to have done bad stuff. But if he initially was interested in you, there's hope. What you do is you give him a call. Let's say you haven't seen him in 6 months because he was terrorized by your space invasion. You give him a call to say, hi, how are you? How's your sister? How's your mother? Blah, blah, blah. And then hang on the phone for about 10 minutes, and if he doesn't ask you out in 10 minutes, he has a new girlfriend, or maybe he's married. Or he's not interested, he's lost interest. That's all you can do. We say it's one call for closure. That if you break off with a guy because you broke rules or whatever happened, then give him one call, and if in 10 minutes he doesn't want to see you on Saturday night, then it's over.
It's not like I would call it. It's like he's showing up places where I am, and then like he waits until I see him, and then he like.
But does he ask you out for Saturday night?
It's like he's showing up in all these places.
I don't think so. So let me give you an example. We know somebody, and she actually lived with a guy, and he was crazy about her, and then they broke up for whatever reason, and then he saw her like 2 years later, and within 5 minutes asked her to dance and asked her out, and then walked her to her apartment. And then she said, no, 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 and then he still fixed her stereo. You know what I'm saying? When a guy likes you and it doesn't work out, when he sees you, he will seize those 5 minutes and ask you out, and even if you say no, he'll try to fix your stereo just to be near you, just to smell your poison perfume or whatever. They just are intoxicated by you.
I always tell one girl we work with, they just want to be in a room with your hair. When they like you, they just want to be in the room with your hair. That's what they want to be with you, meaning they just want to be with you. It's not a whole thing that you think it is. It's just they either want to be with you or they don't.
That woman.
And then the one with the green has been holding her hand up a lot.
What happens when they ask you, when they want to go out with you, but then it's like, what's a good night for you? What?
Oh, that I know. It's okay. When they say, "What's a good night for you?" This is a 5-minute thing now.
Then I'm like, well, what's a good night for you?
Been there, done it. Okay, they say, "What's a good night for you?" And you say, because you're a rules girl. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't know. And he says, well, what about? And he goes, well, what night is good? Just keep going. No, you don't say what's good for you. You're a rules girl. You don't care what night's good for him. It's more like you're just waiting for him to ask you out. So he says, what night? Just do it with, you want to role play? Ask me. I haven't been asked out in a while. Just ask me.
Ellen, I thought you were great looking. I'd love to go out with you. But I'm not sure what's good for you.
Huh.
What's a good night for you?
Oh gosh, I hadn't really thought about it. I actually did this. I don't know. So then he'll say, because he's a man, how about, so ask me, you're going to figure out a night soon, aren't you? So ask me, I've done this, so go on, ask me.
Well, Friday's good for me.
Friday, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I don't like Friday. Is this my first or my second or my third date? I know it's not going to be like I had a little rules thing going on that not going to go well by, people in the rules groups don't like Friday night for the second date. For the first date it's okay because everything's okay the first date, but the second date really should be Saturday night unless he's going to be out of town. So let's say I'm going to do no Friday nights. So I'm going to say, oh gosh, I've already made plans. Next time you have a drink date, don't go for dinner. When they suggest making the date longer, don't do it. He asked you out, the date was for drinks, right? Was the date for drinks? If you have a drink date and he says, how about we have dinner and you went to another place? Okay, we gotta get the journal.
Do you
How long ago did this happen? can't remember? 2 weeks ago.
Do you like this guy?
Maybe you had too many drinks. Don't drink so much on dates so you can remember, so you can answer questions when rules authors ask you things.
This woman here? Yeah.
No, the one in the green I said, and then the one in the back. Okay.
I have a real dilemma.
We have a dilemma.
Piggybacking on the winning back the ex-boyfriend.
Winning back an ex-boyfriend.
Broke up with this gentleman in June of '96. He started calling me because I asked him, you know, where is this relationship going? He's like, oh, I just thought, you know, we were having a good time and nothing. It's not going anywhere. I just want to be friends. So I stopped calling him completely. And
That's good.
I didn't even find out about the rules until your seminar. But anyway, then I saw him at a jazz festival in August of '96. He was with another woman, and he came up to me, hi, how are you? He kissed me on the cheek. You know, you look so great, blah, blah, blah. Why haven't you been returning my phone calls? And I said, you know, I've just been so very busy. And when I got home that evening, he left a message on the machine. You don't have to call me back, but I just want to tell you, you really look beautiful. It was great seeing you again. I'm glad to see that you're doing well. Didn't hear from him, didn't see him until Christmas. Comes over, we had a Christmas party.
He's not interested.
Well, wait a second. Christmas party on...
He really likes you. He's not interested.
Well,
Go on.
I want to ask you about this Christmas party. He just popped over, showed up with a bottle of champagne or something, a Christmas card. He stayed for a half an hour, then he left. He said, you know, it's great seeing you again, blah, blah, blah. Valentine's Day, saying a happy Valentine's Day.
He likes you.
Christmas.
This is not a boyfriend.
How long were you dating him when you asked him what his intentions were?
3 years. And he
3 years.
We broke up because, actually, he was going to ask me to marry him. We broke up because I confessed that I cheated with him with my ex-fiancé.
He would have still married you. With your ex-fiancé?
With my fiancé.
How many fiancés? Oh, okay.
Actually, he forgave me for cheating on him, but then
Do you want to marry this man?
Yeah, I think I
You think so? Then he has to ask you out on a date.
The last thing is he called me he sent me a card for my birthday. He called me and said happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. He sent some pictures of his family. He called me that Saturday. My birthday was on a Tuesday. He called me on Saturday to leave a message on my machine if he got the pictures.
Did he ever mention marriage in those 3 years?
Yes.
Who talked to who first?
He talked to me first.
Yeah, I can tell.
We were at a function. He came up to me, asked
Yeah.
me to dance, and then...
And he said, I would have married you, but you cheated on me.
No, the marriage was before. He's like, I really feel really good with you. You make me feel really good.
But then you said to him, where's this going? And he said, nowhere?
No, this was after, like, I was saying after I abused him, I was trying to deflect all the attention away from me cheating on him, and then I was really abusing him and treating him really poorly, and he's like, all his friends were telling, you know, how could she do this to you, and he was just listening to them, and it was like, not in a long-distance relationship. He lived in the Bronx, I lived in Queens.
You know, maybe it's not long distance. I would just keep doing the rules. Never call him.
I haven't been calling.
So then you're doing the right
I
thing.
haven't called him since June of '96.
Then he keeps calling you. Maybe one day he'll ask you out.
The question I want to know is when he called me to ask me to leave a message on his machine to tell him if I received the card and the pictures. I haven't called him. Should I?
No.
Okay, in the...
Why doesn't he just try to get you in?
I don't know.
Because he's not really that interested, probably.
Who did he spend Valentine's Day with?
I don't know.
He probably
Not
thinks
you.
you're really pretty. There's something off. When a man likes you, they want to see you every week. They want to be with you. They want to share the day with you. They don't want us to see you on holidays.
Well...
You have a holiday relationship. You have a Christmas/Valentine's Day. There's like 3 days a year. It's not going to be enough.
Well, I'm playing the rules now. I haven't called him.
This is the kind of guy that you have kids with, and he sees you on Valentine's Day, your birthday, and Christmas. This is not going to be good.
Since he's been
I don't like this.
all the calling since whatever, can I call him at any time?
No, because you'll end up getting involved with a man who doesn't really love you and who's going to hurt you again down the line.
See,
This man is going to hurt you one
The rule in
day.
this case is not just about not returning his call, it's about meeting somebody else. This is beyond just not calling him back.
And about being with someone who really doesn't clearly want to be with you. He doesn't want to be with you if you want.
There are a lot of guys out there dating that are emotionally unavailable, and here we are trying to do the rules, you know, avoiding conversations about past relationships. But, you know, can you say anything about how to detect them so we can
eventually, the rules gets too tough for them, because you'll only go out with them Saturday night, which is date night. You want to be exclusive, which they have to bring up. You're going to get to be too annoying for them.
If
A
you-
guy that doesn't want anything will eventually lose interest in a rules girl, because you don't call him back too much. You only see him Saturday night. It's just not going to work.
When you're using phrases like emotionally unavailable, then you're reading another book, I can tell. What other book are you reading? You must be. We don't use words like that. A man either likes you and you do the rules on him.
Well, they don't exist, but they are out there.
No, they.
Getting out of relationships, and they're like, cool, out there dating again, and here we get.
You've never heard of men marrying a woman right after they got a divorce, like
And that being their good marriage. They're married to someone for 6 months, and then they're married to someone else for 50 years. It happens all the time.
Men are emotionally available when they like you and you do the rules on them. They want to take talk. They want to have walks. They want to have talks. You know what I'm saying? They do. They really do.
You.
Okay, I'm having trouble getting to the point where I can do the rules.
She's having trouble getting to the point where she can do the rules.
For example, one guy has said to me that he wants to go out with me. He gives me his phone number, but he doesn't ask me.
He's not interested. When they say they want to go out with you and they give you their phone number, it means I'm not really that interested, but if you called me, I'd go. If I have nothing better.
Okay, is there anything that I can be doing wrong where I'm not getting to that point of at least first date?
No. You'd have to wait for Mr. Right to come along. He's not Mr. Right.
You're not getting a first date?
No.
Do you do things like tennis parties?
No.
Do you try?
You have to go out.
People set you up?
I mean, I go to prayer, like I go to this prayer meetings where there are single guys, and there's this one single guy who asks me to go for coffee afterwards, but it's never to the point where let's go out.
How long have you been going for coffee with him?
For like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
So that's not, don't go, maybe say you can't, oh gosh, tonight I can't. Let him ask you out for Saturday night. That's the only chance you have, but other than that, you just have to keep waiting, like everybody else.
I think the best part that I got out of your book was I learned to take care of myself. That was the most, those last chapters I learned to take care of myself, because I think a lot of us we get so caught up in men, we forget about ourselves, we don't take care of ourselves, we get all wrapped up in all their problems and their issues and excuses, and and that was the most important thing for me, to learn to take care of myself. And like I said, I'm listening to some of your lessons go on, just some of the issues in the dating. And I think the most important thing that I've also learned in dating with dating men is I've learned to make them, you have to train them to treat you properly. You can't just accept anything, you have to make that clear. You don't have to be nasty, you have to be, I'll say I need this, such and such. A lot of times the way we conduct ourselves will trigger certain reactions in men. And I've noticed that if I conduct myself properly, I'm very aloof, very calm, because I can be very aggressive. So I keep it low key, don't push myself on them, keep it light. They come more. Whereas if I get all wrapped up in their problems and their therapists, you wind up getting a person who's really not in love with you, really doesn't really want to be with you.
You're right.
Like just calm down.
It's like chill.
Date, have a good time, calm down. Don't look for the future. If it's gonna come, let it come. Right.
Okay, if you only take like this woman and that woman, then we have to do a book signing.
I have just a statement. I think one of the best things.
We have a statement.
One of the best things that I had ever read and ever heard that'll stick in my mind forever is only love men who love you.
Only love men who love you.
And a lot of women, unfortunately, even though my relationship is pretty good, I still blew it up on the Xerox and pasted it on my fridge.
Very good one.
I look at it every single day, and I pasted it in the front of my diary or my journal, and I look at it every day. So in case that doesn't happen, then I know I'm strong enough to leave.
That's very good. Thank you. Yes, you.
You say don't return phone calls. Can you please give me some examples of when it is appropriate to return a call?
He leaves you a message and says, listen, Saturday night is going to be a problem. I can't pick you up at 8. I'm going to pick you up at 9. Call me back. Let me know you got this message. You can leave him a message. Hi, got your message. 9's fine. What else would you want to talk to him about?
I think that was pretty much my question.
Yeah, you can do, you're not like a weirdo. You can do normal things. You just don't call men up and ask them out. When they leave you a message, hi, it's Monday, it's Bill, it's 7:30, call me back. You don't call him back. Bill will call you Tuesday or Wednesday. He will.
What if you're on
Wait, say this again. You're on the phone with a guy.
On the phone with them, and you're talking to them, and they ask you to please, why don't you please call me back? Call me.
Wait, call you back when?
In the future, you mean?
No, like you're on the phone Monday night, he's calling to talk to you, he's already asked you out. And he,
Get off already.
all right, so, but he wants you to call him.
When? You mean on Monday night he calls, says, how about Saturday night? You have it all set. He chats. He goes, well, listen, give me a call during the week, and we'll talk some more. And you say, great. And you don't. And then, like, after 3 weeks, once, you give him a quick call when he's not home or when he's home or whatever, and you go, hi, it's Jill, and just figured I'd say hi, how's everything going, but not too much. But on the date, you're really warm. The minute he walks in, you're like, hi, how are you? Oh, gosh, so good to see you. How's things going? You have a great time on the date. You giggle, you're effervescent, you enjoy yourself. You don't say things like, so where is this going? Do you ever want to have kids? Do you see yourself someday having kids and a family? Do you want to meet my mother? And then you notice when they like you. When a guy likes you, he's on the date, he's pouring water, and I'm telling you, he says, they pour you water. It's not manners. It's that they think that you might be thirsty. They like you. So they want to give you water because they're hoping that maybe if they give you water and they're really nice to you, you'll sleep with them. You know what I mean? And maybe you'll marry them. They like you. They want to impress you. They say, would you like a drink? They see that you're cold. They say, you want my jacket? Are you cold? You sure? They're nice to you. They like you. It's not that they're trying to impress you or that they're phony. When a man likes you, he likes you. There's nothing to say about it. But you can scare him away by saying, I'll take your jacket. I'd like all your jackets. Why don't you move in? You know what I mean? Or say things like, I'll take your jacket, but I just want to say that my ex-husband was very abusive, and, you know, I've been to a few therapists this year. I'm actually up to 3 days a week now, and we're really working. He might even leave you his jacket, go to the bathroom, never come back. You can scare, you know, women can really scare men. But when people say, but you're not being yourself. I'm married 12 years. My husband hears all this stuff. He could practically lead the seminar himself. You know what I mean? They listen to you with your friends. They think the whole thing's funny, cute, nice, whatever. They're really interested in work, but they really think it's interesting. And they may say to you, how did so-and-so do and what happened with so-and-so? They're not truly interested, but they may ask you. But they're men. But you tell them everything. It's just not in the beginning. They have to, you have to get like a certain amount of time in their heads where they think you're a princess, not a psycho. And then you can reveal the psycho part of yourself. And then once they love you, they think it's adorable. They're like, my God, you should see my wife. She's like crazy. She's like on the phone half the night, and then she's cleaning, and then she's this, and they think it's adorable. But in the beginning, or if you're in therapy, or you have had surgery, or, you know, in the beginning, they think it's nutty. In the end, they're supporting you. So I just think too much too soon. It's like a job interview in some ways. I mean, would you tell your employer everything that a new employer in your first job interview, what happened to you, every job that you've ever had, and who hurt you and who didn't go to lunch with you and what happened? Never. And how the last boss said you could get a raise, but then at the last minute they didn't give it to you. Open up too fast, too much too soon is too much vulnerability. And that's why we do the rules, so we protect ourselves. It's like really a self-protective mechanism, and it's not about not returning men's phone calls and applying lipstick. It's about boundaries, it's about self-love, it's about respecting yourself. And now we're going to do a book signing. So, okay, one more person that wants to go. Right, the one,
You can either have your book signed or you can have a support group.
Right, the one with the blue shirt has been waiting all night. Don't be obsessed with the rules, just do them. So if you find that you're in a small place, don't make yourself crazy. Don't think so much. Think about your day at work and how it went. That's always the best thing to do. Focus on yourself.